Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Those Couple of Geeks. I am your host for this episode. My name is Adam. I'm joined by some of my lovely co-hosts today. We've got Vanna.
Hi.
And we've got Holly.
Hello.
And Tyler.
Hello, everybody.
Lower and slower.
Lower and slower every time.
Gotta do it every time.
At some point, it's just going to be 3 minutes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. We're going to have to do the slow-mo effect on your voice to really low and slow it down, more than the human's capable of.
Whoa.
You think that's how the Flash constantly lives? The Flash from DC? Like I would get so fucking pissed with everybody if I had to live in a world where it seemed like everyone was just talking slow all the time.
What are you talking about?
I don't know about y'all. That seems like maybe just a me thing.
I have a point for that. That's me with my ADHD 100% of the time.
Yeah, well, okay, so Vanna sent me something in regards to that too, and I'll be quick, but basically it was that I cut people off because I want to finish their sentences for them, and she's like, oh, that's a sign of ADHD, ADD, whatever it is. I'm not diagnosed, but my wife is trying to diagnose me, so.
I'm working on that for years.
ADHD since I was 4.
Working on that for years. Well, welcome, Geekies. Welcome to this episode. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about top food you would definitely eat from pop culture. We've got kind of a list that the four of us put together of some different food from across different pop culture that we would definitely eat, and then maybe a few towards the end that we would maybe not so much. And so I have a slideshow that I created. So my awesome PowerPoint skills, and obviously this is an audio medium, so we will be describing what's seen on the slideshow. But that way, for the four of us, we can kind of look at the food that we're discussing about. But first, before we get into all of that, I, as always, would like to know, everybody, what's freaking your geek? Let's see. Vanna?
Yeah. So for me, I had a family emergency. So I've been in Dallas since Sunday. I actually just drove back today, and I've been hanging out with my 12-year-old brother. And I'm sure that I am quite late to the game, but we played Fall Guys nonstop. He would go to school, I would pick him up for school, we would play Fall Guys. I would take him to football practice, we would come home, I'd make him shower, we would play Fall Guys. I'm not very good at Fall Guys, but I've been debating buying a skin for it because I've been playing so much. That's how invested I'm getting in this game.
So invested. How many rounds did you win?
I made it all the way to a final round once, so 4.
Very nice.
Nice.
I'm impressed. That's awesome. I cannot get to the final round worth my life last time I played Fall Guys, so.
Not to brag, but I won 2 games in a row one time.
That's true. I was there for that. I do have to admit, the seesaw game, bane of my existence. I hate that round.
I was going to say, as far as the skins, I will agree with you, Vanna, because they came out with more skins, and specifically they came out with Sonic the Hedgehog, and I want Dr. Eggman so badly that I can run around as a bald man with a giant mustache.
I think I'm seeing a future cosplay in the works too, by the way, Tyler. That would be, I think you could pull off a mean Dr. Eggman. And then now the question is, what would Holly be in that situation? Sonic.
Sexy Knuckles.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, sexy Knuckles.
I'm already red. I got the hair.
You guys remember when Uganda Knuckles was a thing?
Yeah, I was about to say that she'd be like, do you know the way?
Yeah.
You know the way.
Okay, well, I'm going to go next because I kind of have a similar thing that's freaking my geek, and it does revolve around skins that you pay way too much for, cosmetics in a video game. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z and Fortnite just did a collaboration recently, and I bought the Son Goku skin. So I've got Goku with his power pole for the pickaxe and the power pole backpack, and he does the transformations whenever you do the emote to the different Super Saiyan God, Ultra Instinct. It's really cool. I spent about $8 on it, but I've never spent money ever in Fortnite, so it felt justified.
So with this Fortnite drop, thank you for reminding me of this. With this Fortnite drop, there's been so many TikToks on this where it's Goku's hey Vegeta, how do I build something? And it's shut up, Kakarot, I'm killing people right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
You sent me one of those TikToks, Ty, and it like took me a second to realize it was Fortnite. I was like, why is Goku reading a book? That's not normal.
The other TikTok trend that I'm liking is everyone's going, last time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku fought Ariana Grande for the world's championship title, while Vegeta fought Naruto with shotguns and AK-47s.
Yeah, I saw one where it was like Goku clutches the win and then does like the glitty dance. I don't know the dance, but it was like he like does like some dance.
The gritty.
The gritty, yeah.
The
Thank
gritty.
you.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
Hey, our main wide receiver in Minnesota does the gritty all the time. So
yeah,
as a Minnesota football fan, I know that.
To be honest, I don't even know what that dance is, but as an avid hockey watcher, I immediately think of the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, who is also named Gritty, and he's like a weird orange grimace that is horrifying, but we love him.
Very terrifying. Very terrifying.
Weird orange grimace. Nice. Yeah, I'm not up to date on the hockey mascots, so I'd have to see a picture of that one. You have to send it to me sometime.
Oh, it is a mascot. Let's just say that much. It is a mascot. It was a choice. It was a choice. I'll go next with Freaking Your Geek. So, small thing. This is actually for me and Holly. So, in our office, I have Goku Vegeta pops. So, I have Goku and Vegeta, specifically their poses when they first fought. Those Funko Pops. I have a Shenron Golden Shenron behind it. And then I have Majin Vegeta, and I have Super Saiyan Goku the first time he went Super Saiyan for Funko Pops. Literally today, Holly comes into the room and goes, "Can I have the Vegeta Pop and the Majin Vegeta Pop?" And I go, sure. I was ecstatic because she's like, I like Vegeta. I'm like, all right, awesome, great. And she goes, okay, great. I just want to keep him there. So Holly got herself 2 more Funko Pops and I didn't have to go buy them.
That's perfect.
It was literally like, I really like those 2. I'd like them to be mine, but I'd like their home to be right where they are.
Yeah, they fit in together with all the rest of the crew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I get that. I have a Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta pop figure that somebody gave me as a gift. And he's right on my bookshelf by my Xbox. Nice. So yeah, I like it.
And then the last nerd thing for me is I'm getting hyped, but also a little nervous. The drop of the new Game of Thrones series that's coming out. As someone that has watched last Game of Thrones series and everything like that, I'm hoping that it doesn't have a bad ending like the actual Game of Thrones did. So it looks great, it looks awesome, but I'm just still a little nervous.
Also, just so y'all know, he means this Sunday as of the recording.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that should be noted.
That's gonna date us a little bit, but just as a heads up for everyone.
People are gonna be like, wait a minute, this has been out for weeks.
They're gonna be beautiful minding it. Like, when did they record this?
Looking at like all the numbers on the board, like, huh?
So this is when they record, huh?
Yeah, well, I think you just said next episode, so they don't know which episode you're talking about. You're like, and last week's was crazy, right, guys? That time when the dragon. And yeah.
What, that time when that person stabbed someone in the back? Game of Thrones.
Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right, anything else? Freaking anybody else's geek? Well, then we will dive into today's episode. So, like I said, today we're going to talk about top food you would definitely eat for pop culture. It's going to focus on things from anime, video games, movies, etc. But yeah, I've got a slideshow, so I'm going to pull that up for us to see. In the meantime, I have a question while I'm pulling this up for all 3 of you. I want your honest, and don't try to like sound cool or like pick like the unique, like, oh, well, like this will make me stand out. In all seriousness, what's like the first thing you think of in this group of 4? What do you think of like pop culture food?
I immediately and always think of Spirited Away food. That's like my go-to, just because that food might not always be the food that you should eat, but it always just looks so divine, even though you don't know what it is.
Super fair. I'm a little bit sad, Holly. I'm just a little bit sad. I don't know. This was the thing that I first thought of was the thing that I thought we would all agree on, but I'm already learning that we're going to have differences of opinions on that.
I kind of have 2 that I auto think of. I think one of them is probably my actual auto, and one of them is because I'm hungry right now. And the main one that I think is my like typical auto is I think of Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. and I think of the bacon and the eggs. That's like my favorite meal almost. And I can just picture it, like it looks so realistic and good. It always makes me like, I want breakfast food. And the other one is from Pokemon Sun and Moon, the malasadas.
Oh,
Yeah.
After like being in Hawaii and like having them, I like think of that game and I crave them. And that's what I want right now. But that might just be because I have cinnamon rolls in the freezer.
So excited about those cinnamon rolls. Well, okay, Tyler, let's see. Can you redeem this?
Well, I was going to say, you forgot about me. Yeah. Oh, well, I was going to say, if we're going to think about food at the top of my head, I think of different things from movies specifically, one of which I watched recently was Pulp Fiction. The big kahuna burger that Samuel L. Jackson eats is just, I was like, wow, I want to know what it is. Like, he says it's a pretty damn good burger.
I thought it was just a burger, though, isn't it?
No, I think it's like a burger with like pineapple specific. Like it's like a Hawaiian burger in a way, I think. But like that, and then on top of that too, God, it's got to be like something like ratatouille or like Limbus bread from Lord of the Rings specifically. I've always wanted to try that, but those are just kind of the ones that come into my head.
Well, fair enough. Well, the first thing on my slideshow is, I guess, the first thing that I thought of, because this is a food that I truly like, and that would be ramen from Naruto.
Oh, yeah.
Ichiraku ramen. I feel like whenever you see him devouring his 10th bowl of ramen in one sitting, you're like, it's got to be pretty good. I mean, you can't sit there and eat 10 bowls worth of broth. I mean, that's gallons of broth,
Yes.
right? Like, you're talking like, that's a lot of just broth alone, let alone all the noodles and everything else. So yeah, I always think of Ichiraku ramen. So can y'all see this picture of the ramen?
Yeah.
Have I got that pulled up for y'all? Okay, perfect. So yeah, I wanted to have it where you could see it. Like I said, this is what I first think of.
I'm hungry now.
I like the idea of just like the soft-boiled egg, the pork. I know Van and I are big ramen fans, but yeah.
Have you guys had traditional ramen at all?
So what do you mean by traditional?
Made this way. Have you ever had this kind of style
A lot.
of ramen? For the listeners out there, I'm pointing at the ramen bowl where it's got the eggs. It's got everything. It's not just your typical, what was it, instant ramen. So
Yeah.
No, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I made this ramen, like in the picture, every single day for lunch. Like it would take me like 30 minutes and I'd soft boil all the eggs and stuff like that. But like you can ask Adam, like we ate like big classic bowl of ramen every day for 5 days.
And Vanna does it good. She does. She soft boils the eggs, which is impressive because I always somehow manage to screw that up. It's either hard boiled or it's like way too soft. But she also does the sliced green onions. She doesn't include like the nori strips because she does not like seaweed or nori. So in this picture, we're looking at it's got, you've got your tonkatsu, I think, is that pork in Japanese? Nailed it. And then you've got your nori strips, your onion, your mushrooms, your soft-boiled egg, and then your little Narutos, which is who the main character of the show is named after, is the little Naruto fish cakes that are in ramen.
So the reason why I ask is just because if you ever get to go to Hawaii, there is traditional ramen shops there. So that's what's so cool about it, is like when I went to Hawaii to visit family friends for a family vacation, we went to a ramen shop. They have them there. And it was like this. And it was traditional ramen. The owner of the shop was from Japan, set up shop there. And man, is it so good. Like Naruto. I ate it and I was like, oh, it's swirly, whatever. And then I found out it was Naruto. I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is great. It's all coming together. I understand now.
Yeah. It's all coming together.
That other beautiful mind moment where you are putting everything together. We're just going to keep referencing that today.
Yeah. We're going to keep referencing Beautiful Mind. That's what this episode's actually about.
I always loved the ramen from Naruto, specifically because I love the gag with Kakashi that he like still does eat the ramen, but you never get to see it. You never see him.
Never see his face.
Yes.
So does he, I kind of forget, I guess he like lifts his mask, but like off to the side, right? Like where you can't, like his back's turned to like
exactly.
the camera, quote unquote.
From what I remember from the episode, I think he goes, because I drew this for Holly specifically because she asked for it.
I'll bet
And
she
it
did.
was specifically, he goes, okay, I'm gonna lift down the mask, and then Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru jump in, and then he had his mask up and the stuff's done, but then the owner and the daughter are like, oh my gosh, his face was beautiful.
Oh, I do remember that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like the final reveal is like, oh, you wanted to see what's under my mask? It's another mask.
Also, fun fact about ramen and Naruto is that the ramen shop is like Naruto's like first actual like home. So if you ever watch the show, not only we get to see some tasty ramen, but you'll appreciate the people that own the ramen shop because they are very cool people and they help take care of a boy who should have been getting properly taken care of. Anyways, we'll go into that on another episode sometime, probably where we really dig into Naruto. We don't have to do that here, but I am ready. I'm so ready for our Naruto rant. I'm just geared up for
Where
it.
you rant about it.
I will go in on Hokage number 3. What a jerk. He's like, infant needs to be bottle fed, you say? I think he can survive in an apartment.
It's just the worst.
Oh my god.
All right, well, we're going to move on to the next food item. And I'm curious if, Vanna, do you know what this is on the screen? And then can you describe it if you do know what it is?
Are they like the little... I know it's from Pokemon. Are they like the little treats that we make in the game and we give them to little Pokemon?
Okay, yeah, you're on track with that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. These are Puffins. They're the Puffins from Pokemon, which is, I looked it up because I was like, what is a Puffin? It's just literally Pokemon crossed with muffin. So it's probably actually pronounced Puffin? Or no, Puffin. Puffin? I don't know. Yeah.
The hell's a Puffin?
I don't know how you would actually pronounce it, but they always look tasty to me.
It makes me think of that like old video where they made Pikachu look like really fat, and he's like, "What do you expect, Ash? All you feed me is Puffins."
Yes.
For real.
Chunky Pikachu.
Chunky
Nice.
Pikachu.
So,
Yeah.
like, props to you, Vanna, because I looked at this and I want all of you to Google what a puffin looks like if you have not seen it. And my brain immediately went, yes, a croissant football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's a good. Okay, so here was my take on this, right? So I was like, this is a group of people that like Pokemon, right? And rightfully, I was correct, right? We all pretty much know what a puffin is. And I'm curious, does everyone here think like, sounds pretty good, right? Like a muffin, Pokemon muffin? Yeah, like a berry muffin. Yeah, Vanna, you'd eat it?
I want to know what the rest of your sentence is. I'm not agreeing to anything.
Okay, all right. Holly?
To be fair, I am just now learning that it is Pokemon crossed with muffin. So I always thought they were just like weird taffy cubes that you gave them because I didn't watch the anime.
No, they're baked goods. But here's the thing. I was like discovering this about like this thought process about myself when I was making this, right? I was like, oh, these look so good. I would eat these too, right? Everyone else is like, yeah, muffins, Pokemon. Sounds great. I like muffins. No, you shouldn't want to eat these because have you ever gone to like one of those little hipstery dog bakeries?
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't want to eat the food that they make for the animals, right? Like this tastes so bad. It looks really good. Like you go to those bakeries and you're like, that looks pretty good. I want to eat that. But they're like, we actually don't make it with like sugar or anything, right? So that's what this is. This is like a dog treat for Pokemon. So
100% agree. We went to one of those. There's a dog bakery near my mom's house. And we went there one time because my mom has a golden retriever. So we were like, oh, we're going to check it out. And we got in and I was like, man, that cake looks good. But I know that it's dog food.
Yeah, the most flavor they add to it is like mushed up pumpkin. You know what I mean? And then like, I guess what? Egg?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So Pokemon Puffins, they look great. Do they taste great? Probably not. It's a little unfortunate we can't actually try one because I would. I have no problem with trying dog treats given the opportunity. Talk to my dog Ace about it.
I'm sure there's a recipe out there.
There probably is, actually.
I'm sure there's a recipe. Yeah.
Knowing the internet, there is
Let's
one.
Google it.
Puffin recipes.
Yeah. Honestly, we need to look up and see what a puffin recipe looks like.
Real life.
You're right. You need that real life.
Real life. Yeah. Make sure it's in real life.
That's true because you do have to actually like make them in the game. So it's like you need like a lumberry, and you're like, where the hell do I find a lumberry in real life?
I Googled it and it brought up like all the walkthroughs, and I was like, yes, I understand my error. Yeah, there's full on okay, they look a lot better in this one, and there is a lot of butter
And sugar. These are for people.
Yeah. But see, those are for people. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I feel like people that are making these are forgetting that this is supposed to be like an animal treat.
Yeah.
You know what, Adam?
Absolutely.
We could just make them
Yeah.
for a video.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, like again, they're pretty much just muffin tops if you make them for a human. But yeah, that's basically what we're looking at here in more of an oval shape, I guess you'd say, football shape.
Adam and Vanna's bake time. We're making puffins.
Yeah, we could make puffins for Ace. That would
That'd
be
be
hilarious,
funny.
actually. All right. Next food. This is one that I think is really interesting. And that is the Kiki's Delivery Service, is a movie by Studio Ghibli. It's the herring pie. It's actually the herring and pumpkin pie is actually what the full title of this thing is. I have never had herring before. I do know what it is. It's like a canned salty fish, but I'll be honest, and I'm an adventurous eater, so this might just be me, but I would try this. I would absolutely try this.
So your girl is Norwegian. So herring is in a lot of things that we have. It is a fish that exists, so that's pretty neat. But when it's like
As do most fish.
Yes, do most fish. In like these types of like pot pies and hot dishes is what I was gonna say, and then I realized I had two Texans in the chat. Casseroles.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
It softens the blow quite a bit of what herring is.
Mm-hmm. So Tyler, describe to the viewers what this looks like, so that they can get kind of a picture in their mind of what they're listening to.
Now is the description of Tyler describing a herring pie. I'm gonna say it's basically a pie, and there's a shape of a fish on it.
There is. It's made out of the crust.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's all I'm gonna say. There's my description.
Anna, anything to add? I know there's a tasty item of food that you like to eat that I can see in the picture.
Well, it looks like, obviously they cover it with like a crust that I have to assume that you could use Pillsbury croissants to layer as a crust, but then they put little olives on it.
Yeah, black olives. Yeah. I guess the black olives would go good because of the herring, kind of that salty flavoring to it. But remember, so it's herring and pumpkin pot pie. So if anyone wants to try to make this, there actually is a video on Binging with Babish. He is a pretty famous YouTuber. If you don't know who Binging with Babish is, it's a cooking channel on YouTube. And he makes this. And I watched the video because I was like, we were looking up some Studio Ghibli food, and I was like, this looks pretty different and interesting. I would definitely try it. So basically what he does, he takes like pumpkin, he takes some different seasonings, he takes the herring. I think he does, what else is he mixing there? Like some carrots, some onions, things like that. And so then it's kind of like, it'd be basically like a fish and vegetable. And then like it's all made with like a gravy, like a pot, like a chicken pot pie, it's kind of got that gravy kind of stuff. But he used like a fish stock to make the gravy and stuff. And so then, covers it with like a pastry crust, all decorated, got a little fish cut out of the pastry crust, little black olives around the edges. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. I would try it. I would eat it. Holly, you said you would try it?
Oh, absolutely. I've tried something that's similar to this before, so I'd be down if nothing else for that nice bready crust.
I was thinking, if anything else, you could just kind of like eat the crust and be like, that was really good.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see. What do we have behind door number 4? And we have yeah. Yes. So Tyler, you know what this is?
This Limbus Bread.
Yeah. Do you like my little meme or whatever? It's not really a meme. It's like stills from the movie.
One small bite is enough to fill the stomach of a grown man. How many did you eat? 4.
Yeah. I do. I love that part in the movie.
Basically a hobbit's cravings, basically. That's the gist of that.
Yeah. So describe Limbus Bread to us then, Tyler, since I know you're a big fan of Lord of the Rings.
So with Lord of the Rings, it is a elvish whey bread. So basically, like as I said before, one small bite is enough to fill the stomach of a grown man. So in the movie and in the books, Frodo, the Fellowship of the Ring, this was one of their main foods because it wasn't perishable like meat or anything like that, and it was easy to eat because it could fill your stomach just from a single bite. So again, probably didn't help with the hobbits, but that was what the Limbus bread is. It looks just like a nice thing of bread. I don't know. It's just it's one of those things that I'm like, I really want to try it because I'm a bread person.
Yeah, I feel like it looks like a nice biscuit. Apparently, it's supposed to taste like a honey biscuit or something, is what I was reading when I was pulling up a little research on this. So I'm a pretty big cook, as I know all of y'all know, but listeners might not know. And I was like looking up recipes for this specifically because I was like, ooh, like also, I mean, it's bread, so like how wrong can you really go? I was like, it's probably gonna taste pretty good.
It looks kind of like a cornbread almost. Like if instead of doing cornbread in your cast iron, you just did little squares of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a honey cornbread. I think that's what a lot of people do. Like, I like to cook as well, too, for the listeners and the viewers out there. And I usually follow those Nerd Kitchen TikTokers out there. I don't remember the name of the specific one, but he does Lord of the Rings cooking, basically. And this was, I think they used cornbread specifically with honey or something like that. And it just looked great.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. I think I would eat it with like tea. I feel like that's what you're supposed to eat it with.
Second breakfast.
Yeah, like a biscotti. Holly, would
bread.
you eat it?
You already said that. It's bread.
It's bread. It's bread.
M carbs.
It's bread.
Fine.
Bread disappears in our house.
It's true.
Yeah. You're like, up here in the north, we eat a lot of bread.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, down here, Van and I eat just a lot of tortillas. So that's
fair.
Still a lot of bread, but we eat a lot
That's
of tortillas. How many did we go through? Like in 2 weeks? 30?
Yeah, we went through 30 tortillas in 2 weeks. So we get them from HEB, and HEB has a tortilleria, and so they're like fresh made.
Yeah, we eat a
They're
lot of tortillas.
so good.
Totally.
HEB's it's like big time grocery store down here in Texas. It's like people from Texas respect HEB. They like talk down about like Walmart. They're like, ooh, I guess you can go to Walmart. But like HEB, like you're big time.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know what I mean? That's HEB for you. Yeah. What else would we eat? Okay. So this is one I threw in. Okay. Now I'm a big fan of the Dark Souls series. And I always see they're always drinking the Estus flask to regain health. And it's like this it looks like a jar of Sunny Delight. In the Dark Souls community, that is what it is constantly memed as. So I also have a picture here for those that are listening. If you're familiar with Dark Souls, even if you're not, there's a knight named Solaire. His big sun on his chest. And he's just dumping a gallon of Sunny D all over his like face. He's wearing a helmet. But yeah, it looks delicious.
I'm sorry. I just want to like back up a second. Did you just like call Sunny D by its formal given birth name?
Sunny Delight? Yes, I did.
I have. It sounds like you're mad at it.
Wait, really?
Like you're punishing Sunny D.
Sunny Delight.
Okay.
Get over here.
Okay, hang on a second. Y'all don't ever call it Sunny
No.
Delight? Am I the only one?
No, because I'm not a
Oh my
heathen.
god. This is like I'm like learning so much about myself.
Excuse me, he's saying it by
Yeah.
Sunny Delight's
Yeah, right?
surname. Sunny D's surname, Sunny Delight.
I'm doing roll call. Delight, Sunny? Delight, Sunny? Sunny Delight? Regardless, have any of y'all had Sunny Delight?
Yeah.
No, I've had Sunny D.
I'm only going to refer to it now as Sunny Delight from now on.
Oh my god.
No.
Holly's gonna die. They're gonna die on this bridge with that. It's Sunny D. It's not Sunny Delight.
It says Sunny D in the picture.
I'm like calling it like Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't call it KFC. Like I like have to like say it all the way out.
It's also golden chicken, not golden chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken filet.
And fala.
Chicken fillets.
So we all have had Sunny D though, correct? It's delicious.
Yeah. It's sugar.
You want to know
Yes.
You want to know
yes.
a weird
Yeah.
food combo that you can do with Sunny D that I've done that's actually pretty good? This is for our 21 and up viewers or listeners. If you take beer or like malt liquor, like a 40 ounce, and you mix it with Sunny D, it's delicious. It is absolutely delicious.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good. It's one of those weird food combos, but it goes together.
I can see that having like almost a similar vibe of like Blue Moon, how you put oranges with that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I can see those being similar vibes.
Honestly, yeah, that's probably why it works. Well, I had to throw in some Dark Souls. You guys know that I'm a big Dark Souls fan. I just started a new playthrough of Sekiro recently, so love the Soulsborne games. Okay, let's see. Next we have... Okay, so how many of you guys remember this and know what this is from?
Yep.
I do. Resident comic book nerd.
I think the only one who
Fan
doesn't is
also.
Holly, yeah. Okay, wait, hang on, y'all. Holly, what do you think you're looking at here as someone who doesn't immediately know what it is?
I mean, I would think that it's some kind of gyro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty similar. Yeah.
You're close.
You're definitely in the right
Yeah,
ballpark.
you're
Do you know
close.
who those people on the Do you know who those people on the left are?
Yes, it's Marvel. It's Black Widow, Captain America, Thor, Hawkeye, Hulk, and Iron Man.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
What's the team name? There's a team name with them.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No way this
Ollie's quiet. Oh no.
What?
No way this is what stumps you of all the things.
You knew all their individual names.
It's only like one of the largest
Oh,
box office things in like recent history.
Oh my god.
It's not the Fantastic Four.
Oh my god!
That's it. She nailed it, guys.
Oh my god.
There's only 4 people in that picture too, so she nailed it. Definitely, that's actually the Fantastic Six, Holly. You were
The
close.
Avengers.
There you go.
Thank you.
I love how long it took you to get to the Avengers. And like Thor and Captain
God.
America are still in costume in this picture, and this is not a small picture for those listening. This is a very good sized picture that she can see.
I have failed as a fiance nerd. Oh
I'm
my
just
god.
not good at like the Marvel and DC stuff.
Fantastic Four. Oh, I love it. Well,
I knew it wasn't
Yeah.
them.
you were really close also with the food, though. I'll give you that. You were dead on with the food. It's actually chicken shawarma, which I've never had.
Oh, okay, yes, I love shawarmas.
Okay, so you've had
I
it
grew up with
before.
them. Mhm.
Okay. Well, tell us about it.
Yeah, so my dad actually served and he was in the Middle East. So one of his favorite foods while he was there in Saudi Arabia were chicken shawarmas. So we used to have them all the time growing up. They're kind of like a gyro in a lot of ways, where it's just pita with like Middle Eastern seasoned chicken and then honestly just like a lot of veggies. It's a lot of like the veggies that you would traditionally think of in like a lot of Greek foods. So like in this picture, you can see that there's cucumber, there's lettuce, and then there is tomatoes. And then there's like a creamy sauce that it's not quite like tzatziki, but it has that vibe. And so I think that it's probably like some form of like delineation of a gyro probably, but it's pretty good.
So I was gonna say, for context, Holly, why they're eating shawarma. So in the movie, Iron Man, it's the end of the day, yay, woohoo, they won. And Iron Man goes, I saw a shawarma place down the street. I really just want to go eat there. So this was the post-credit scene of them all eating in the cafe.
What movie is this one?
This is the first
Okay,
one.
so I haven't seen that one at least.
Fair.
Probably one of the best ones, actually. You should check it out sometime.
Yeah, it is a pretty good one.
I've seen just the most random.
Yeah, at this point, if you see much later ones, it might not be as good, but at the time, it was a big deal. Yeah, Vanna, would you eat this?
No.
And tell us why is that, Vanna?
I don't like
Isn't
tomatoes.
this giant red thing right here? Yeah.
If it was just chicken and like honestly, I'm not like a big condiments person, so I would have to try the cream sauce on its own first to decide if I'd want it on it. But I would probably eat like I love pita bread, so I mean pita bread with chicken I would eat, and I probably wouldn't even mind if it had like the lettuce and the cucumbers in it. But the tomatoes, I'd be like, no tomato and maybe no sauce, TBD.
To be fair, I typically get it without the tomatoes as well. I also Googled it just to like get a better idea. So it's a version of a tahini sauce.
Okay. Nice.
So if you've had tahini, it's like a tahini yogurt.
Nice. Garlic, yogurt.
Is it sour?
It's like a Greek yogurt.
I don't think it's Greek yogurt.
With some of the sauces, it's specifically like the gyro specifically too. It's like Greek yogurt with some spices and everything like that. That it's kind of like that. It's in that form of texture of like Greek yogurt for the sauce, and it's actually pretty good.
I'm chuckling because I feel like Holly knows exactly what it is because she's got it pulled up, and it almost felt as though Tyler was mansplaining me what it is, and she's like, I can just tell you what it is.
You know what? I might have. I'll say that much, but. Yeah.
Tyler is the sweetest man ever, and he doesn't mansplain. He like it's almost when he explains something, he's like asking a question, like, "Is it this way?" It's the sweetest thing ever.
No, I know. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, I try.
I know. I love you so much. You are so good. It's like a lemon yogurt sauce, and the main spice in it is cumin.
So
I would eat that.
So you could
that
say
sounds good.
Greek
Yeah.
yogurt.
Okay, cool. Well, I actually ordered some, so when you hear knocking, I'm just kidding.
They're on the way.
There is a place nearby us that makes it, and I was like, I've never had it,
Ooh.
and after like pulling up this picture, I was like, okay, we're gonna have to try that. So it's very close to us too,
Yeah.
like right around the corner. So okay, awesome.
Nice.
Let's see what else. What is the next thing that I would definitely eat? Pizza Papa's pizza balls. Okay, so
I know this one.
yeah, little context.
My
If you haven't seen it, the
God.
newest Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness movie, there's a character played by, God, I cannot remember that actor's name for the life of me.
Bruce Campbell.
Thank you. Yeah, and he's Pizza Papa, and he makes pizza balls. Pizza balls. They look pretty good to me. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
They look good.
yeah,
agree.
what they make me think of is like pretzel bites that are just like pizza flavored. Do you know what I mean? Where they've like,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
like a bagel bite, but
Sorry,
circle.
what?
A bagel bite.
Are you trying to say
A bagel bite. Oh yeah, you betcha, eh?
Bagel bite.
That's a northern mid.
Oh, she's from Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
We're from Minnesota, eh?
a bagel bite, a big old bite.
A bagel bite.
Yeah, it looks like a
Yep.
like a garlic knot with like cheese and sauce on it. Basically, that's the best way I can
Totally.
describe it to the people listening. Is it's just, if you've ever seen garlic knots, it's picture more ball shaped with cheese and sauce. Yeah, they sound pretty good to me. I don't know. Tyler, would you eat this?
Heck yeah.
You a big pizza guy?
Yeah, I'm a big pizza boy.
Dude, me too.
I know my pizzas.
I'm a big fan. What's your
So-
favorite kind of pizza?
God, I don't know. I'm kind of weird because usually our go-to is chicken and spinach, and then there's basically chicken, spinach, whatever. But I have always I'm the heathen. I know. I
I know
love
where this
a
is
good
going.
Hawaiian.
I know
Hawaiian
where this is
pizza.
going. Pineapple on
I like a
pizza,
good
and you call yourself a big pizza boy? You had the audacity?
Yeah, I do. I have the audacity. On top of that, too, it was chicken with pineapple with barbecue sauce as the
My boy. My
sauce.
boy.
Specifically, it is so good. It is so good.
Disgusting.
The best one.
Disgusting.
That's the best one.
Vanna, you like it too? Just kidding. I know she's also a degenerate. She likes pineapple pizza with
And
barbecue
chicken.
sauce as well. That's not really a pizza. That's more of just a flatbread at that point.
Thank you, Vanna.
Okay. Neither pineapple nor barbecue sauce belong on pizza, let alone freaking together.
Holly is the purist, and I'm here for it. Because I mean, okay, so I don't hate barbecue sauce. I'll give you that one because it's basically a tomato-y kind of sauce. But
It's a brown sugar
pineapple, I don't know, just the fruit. You've never made barbecue sauce before. I know she didn't like tomatoes, so I shouldn't push this too much. Losing another condiment in my household.
You're losing.
The way you said. Oh.
Oh, she's never seen barbecue sauce made.
It's like brown sugar and
Don't tell
Worcestershire
her.
sauce. That's most of it.
And that's all that's in there, honey. And we're not going to stop buying it. Because I need condiments in my house, guys. She doesn't like mustard, doesn't like ketchup. I mean, I need everything dry over here. I'm going to choke. Okay?
Everything's so
I
dry.
bet
He's like, don't you like the chicken and the tortilla just plain? And I'm like, maybe a little cheese.
we put cheese on it.
You're just like, can I have a little bit of water?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the SpongeBob water meme.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
For the record, we eat cheese on everything. Adam, I will put mustard on his sandwiches. I just prefer jelly on mine.
Holly's face is so great right now. It was like the same face she made when she heard Tyler and Vanna like commiserating over there about pineapple on their pizza. It's like this, just like sickened. Sickened is the way I would
Like, have
describe
you ever
it.
had like
Absolutely
brie
not.
with like apricot jam on it and then like turkey? Like that's basically how I make my sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know, Vanna,
Okay. I
if
can
you
see
want
that.
this friendship to continue, I'm gonna need us to move on.
Right.
Okay. That's fair. Hey, you know what? We're doing good on time, but let's go ahead and move on. Let's see what is the next thing. And this next slide is something that I know that I would eat. I don't know if you all feel the same way, but this one's kind of unique, right? This is devil fruits from the One Piece series. And the reason why this is unique is not because of the food taste so much. It's because they give you special powers. So I know, Holly, you're not a big One Piece person. I'd like you to pronounce the top middle fruit there. This is a very popular one in the One Piece community. Can you tell me what that says?
Guessing it isn't pronounced in the way that it looks, but I would say Mira Mira.
Yeah, Yeah, that's it. You nailed it.
Mirror,
This
mirror
wasn't a
on
hard.
the
This wasn't a
wall.
hard test.
Oh, I like the
Can you
way
take
that
any-
the Hana Hana one
It's the
looks.
best
though.
one.
I was gonna ask which one of these you like. You like
It's
the most.
super
Yeah,
cool.
that's Nico Robbins actually.
She's all the hands.
Who?
Yeah,
Nope.
Oh, okay.
With-
Yep.
and the one you said is actually the fire one too, which you can kind of tell from looking at it.
The Yomi Yomi one looks like it has udders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You're
Now
welcome.
I don't even know. I'm a bad One Piece fan. What is Yomi Yomi's for? I don't even know which one that is.
That's the one I got you for your birthday cake.
No, Yomi Yomi.
Oh
the
no,
orange
I
one
got
down
you the
here?
Yami Yami.
You did not give me that. Yeah, that's Yami Yami.
Let me see who got the Yomi Yomi.
The
fruit.
Yami Yami fruit is Blackbeard's in the show. He's like one of the bad guys. It's the
Okay,
darkness
yeah.
fruit. I only know that because I know Yami is dark in Japanese. Yeah.
So the Yomi Yomi fruit, I think, is the Revive Vive fruit.
Yeah, you're right.
For Brooke specifically.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So that was Brooks, Skeleton Man, my favorite skeleton musician.
Vanna, would you eat a devil fruit?
Oh, absolutely. I love Nico Robbins fruit, but if I was gonna like pick one to like be cool, I would want the Ope fruit because that's like the operation law. Like the person who has it, he can make like a square, Holly, and basically like anything within this like square, he controls all of it. So he can take apart your whole body. He can take your heart out of your chest. Like he could operate on people.
Dang.
Like he has full control over anything in that circle, and he can take it out.
Cool.
So however he takes off the circle, everything stays however he said it. Yeah.
That's Law's fruit, right?
Yes.
Like he held somebody
Oh, okay.
captive by keeping their heart for like seasons.
Casual.
Just in his pocket.
I was gonna say we should show Holly who Law is because I'm sure she'll be like, "Oh, that's
I'll
my kind
Google
of
it.
character."
Oh yeah, you should Google it.
forgot.
Also, yeah, you should just watch One Piece. This is actually just a subtle ploy of me trying to get Holly to watch.
Is
One
that
Piece
going to
for
be
me.
like the
Well,
entire point of this podcast?
Yes.
Is just getting Holly.
Maybe.
I thought so. That's what
Absolutely.
we all. That's what the three of us
I-
agreed on. That's what Tyler, me, and Vanna agreed on.
I stan Law. Yeah, he's my favorite.
Yeah, you like
Yep.
Law? Yeah.
He's kind of got like a. He looks like the Beatles to me, like from the Beatles.
He looks like the bad boy to me. That's what I got when I first saw him. I'm going to say, while we're talking about fruit, I will go classic and say the Gomu Gomu fruit because I love Luffy and I want to be a rubber boy.
And I say no spoilers for the later manga stuff, Tyler.
Yeah, I won't say anything. That's all I'm going to say is I like Luffy
Yeah.
and I think that would be a fun ability.
Yeah. If I was gonna eat one, I'm probably gonna go with the Yami Yami, the darkness fruit. I think that would be pretty cool.
Okay, Blackbeard.
Yeah, I like Blackbeard a lot in the show. He's the villain, but he's not like a villain, but he's kind of a villain. But he's pretty cool, and his power is cool. He becomes darkness. He can just basically just control darkness. It's pretty powerful.
But now with that, you have to go everywhere and go zee ha ha ha.
That was my best Blackbeard impersonation. So
It was
you're gonna get
beautiful.
me on that one.
It was good.
Thank you. Thank
was
you. I've been
good.
practicing. Holly, given these three choices between the Mera, which is your whole body is fire, and it doesn't
Okay.
hurt you, but like you control fire.
Okay.
The Hana, which is where you basically can grow any of your appendages,
Yep.
both on yourself and on things. So you can produce like an ear on a wall and listen to conversations. You can make multiple hands. Those two, or which one is the Ito? I'm drawing a blank now on that one, but I was going to say
I
the
got
Ito is the last
me
one. I
look.
feel like I remember which one that is.
Let's look.
Okay, we got to look up the Ito really quick.
Fruit.
So much Googling today.
It's Doflamingo.
It's a food.
It's
That's right.
It's artificial. That's an artificial devil fruit. The string.
So
string
he
fruit.
can control like people like puppets, and like he can like throw out strings and shit.
So,
stuff.
sorcery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
a lot.
you'd be
Like that,
sorcery.
like that mixed with
From
Spider-Man.
Naruto.
Like that mixed with Spider-Man.
Sick. That one.
So which of those three? That's the one you pick?
Yeah. I love
Yeah,
The
sorcery.
Ito.
But without like the comparison at all, I'd probably do the Mira fruit.
The
'Cause, like,
fire. Yeah.
Yeah, like that just sounds cool.
Ace's fruit.
It's pretty OP.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire's pretty strong. You're gonna be like pretty hard pressed to be like able to control fire and not be pretty strong. So other fun fact, Holly, since you don't read or know much about One Piece, but these devil fruits taste like absolute trash. Like every character that's described eating a devil fruit describes it as tasting horrible. As far as this episode of this podcast goes, of would you eat this fruit? Yes, for its power, But I think for me personally, absolutely not if it was just based on taste alone.
That's fair.
Yeah, like eating a raw durian or something like that. I think don't those taste like corpses or something they say? Like,
I've had durian before.
yeah, did you like it?
I had a durian cheesecake and it was horrible.
Ugh.
Ugh, that sounds like just a nightmare.
You would think the cheesecake would mask
Yeah.
it, but no.
Anytime you have to like make cheesecake be the thing masking whatever it is, like just don't even put it in. Like just eat the cheesecake.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So when I was in China, the way that people described it is it's like a very decisive food. Like people either absolutely love it or they can't stand it. But we as like Americans tend to fall on the we can't stand it because smell is such an important part of our food.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fun
Smell's a big
facts of the
part.
day.
That's the hardest part about this episode is we can't smell some of these delicious looking foods.
It's true.
Especially this next lineup of foods. I would eat everything on this slide.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Honestly.
Yeah. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at this slide. For those listening at home, we have some beautiful, lovely ladies from several of the series that we discussed recently. And maybe if you check us out on TikTok, you can find a clip of this part so you can see with your own eyes all these beautiful, lovely ladies. Yes, Tyler.
We'll remind you, PG-13. PG-13.
I intentionally picked out pictures that are all very much PG-13. There's nothing on here that is too inappropriate.
It was more of your
just
statement
degenerate.
that we were worried was rated X.
Yeah, that was what I was like, hold on, Adam.
Just wanted to eat with them, go out on a meal, go out on a date. Anyways, moving on. Next, we've got Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. A little guy, a little fire guy, and he's making some bacon and eggs.
Oh, it just slaps.
May all your bacon burn.
Right. I love the picture that you picked because it's like one of the few where he just looks overjoyed to be doing his job. So those pictures are few and far between for Calcifer.
Because, yeah.
I like that. I like that little guy, man. He's my favorite. That whole movie.
I know.
Vanna, would you eat this?
Yeah. Right now. Could we have some?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like without the anime aspect of it, it's bacon and eggs cooked together on a cast iron with actual fire. It like that just sounds great. Let alone it being magical, badass fire.
And it's like thick cut bacon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I know. So I'm big breakfast fans. When Van and I got married, we had like a breakfast buffet for our meal. We're big breakfast people. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, definitely got to go with the Calcifer breakfast. What is it? Breakfast a la Calcifer. That's what I think you would call this one.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next, we have another Studio Ghibli representation. I know this one's one of yours, Holly. So you want to talk a little bit about this?
Specifically, whatever the dad dips his food into from Spirited Away in the very beginning. I don't know. It looks like a little honey pot. I don't know what it is. It looks phenomenal. And the mom eats this weird red bird-like thing, but when she bites into it, frick, man, it looks so good. And then there's those weird chicken dumpling. I don't know what they are. They look phenomenal. I wouldn't want to be a pig, so there's downsides. But it looks so good.
I was going to say, did we have to include the third picture, Adam? And for our listeners, the third picture is when the parents are fully pigs and they're like still eating the food and they're like looking at their daughter and they can't remember her because they're so like eating the food, becoming pigs. It haunts my nightmares.
Okay.
Trauma.
So I definitely knew that you weren't going to like this picture. I'm looking at it now, though, Vanna, and this is... So first of all, this guy's haircut looks just like your dad's haircut. Like, honestly, in the first two pictures, he kind of looks like your dad. Talking about my father-in-law, Vanna's dad.
And you wonder why I had so many nightmares.
Yeah.
To Vanna's father-in-law, that's probably, if he is listening to this, I am so sorry.
No, like,
now
he's like a handsome-looking man, and then, like, he's, like, eating food from this buffet, and it turns him into, like, this scary pig. Like, that was what I was I had nightmares that these were my parents.
They look like your parents, Vanna.
I can see
this is your parents right here in the first picture when they're not pigs. Now I'm not calling them pigs, just to clarify.
Good clarification. Good son-in-law
clarification.
Yeah. Gotta earn those good son-in-law points. I have something that's going to disgust you, Holly, as somebody who likes this food. I looked this up because I was like, what in the hell? So at one part in this scene, he is eating this it looks like a balloon filled with something like a big dumpling. And I was like, what is that?
Yes.
So I looked it up. The consensus online was that this is most likely a bawan, which is a Taiwanese street food made from translucent dough filled with made out of sweet potato starch, filled with various vegetables and stuff, right? That's what people have assumed it is all this time. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I would eat that. But then Miyazaki, the director of these movies, for whatever deranged reason, I don't know if he was joking around with the interviewer, but he went on Twitter interview or whatever, and he said that the squishy thing that people speculate is bawan was actually confirmed by him to be the stomach of a coelacanth, those extinct fish. It's the stomach of an extinct fish. So barf. That's just absolutely disgusting. Look at this picture where he's about to just tear into this fish stomach.
Well, and the way that he eats it too is just
yeah, he slurps it down.
Inhales it.
Oh, I guess that's the best way to do it.
I don't know if I like this scene anymore.
Yeah, isn't that just rough? I was just so off put by this because I also thought it looked good, Holly. And then I was reading about it and I was like, no, barf, disgusting.
I'm out.
No, thank you. Yeah, so, okay.
Thanks.
Well, now that I've ruined your childhood, and Vanna, I've brought back past trauma with the pigs. That was a pretty successful slide, I would say, to end it on with the foods that we would eat. Now, I did make one little slide of some food that I definitely would call cursed, both literally and figuratively.
I'm so sad right now. Oh my god.
So these foods are foods I wouldn't eat. And I would agree that I think we could all agree that these are foods I wouldn't eat. All of us. And I say cursed foods. The first thing is Sukuna's finger from Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a newish anime manga series. And it's literally a demon's finger that the main character eats. And he has to eat how many again to get
10.
full powered up?
No, is it 20?
20.
I thought it was 21, or I thought it was
21
21 or something like that.
4 hands. He's like Machamp from Pokemon. He's got 4 arms. Yeah. Ugh.
I was gonna say number one, I wouldn't eat the finger, but then number two, with Sukuna being, it's like another being for the listeners out there. So when he eats the finger, it's like dual personality. I already have enough personalities in my head going on with my ADHD, so I don't need that too.
Hey, Sukuna, hot. Honestly, I think I could handle it.
Hey, he's a bad guy, Vanna. All right, what else we got next on cursed foods? A Pokemon egg. That just feels wrong to me, eating a Pokemon egg. But think about it, is it wrong? If it's an unfertilized Pokemon egg, we eat eggs all the time.
Yes, it's wrong because it's Pokemon.
But
it's wrong. It's Pokemon.
We wouldn't eat a platypus egg, and that would be the closest thing to these eggs.
Would you really not eat a platypus egg?
Yes.
If given the opportunity?
No.
I'm not a heathen like you. We've
Vanna,
discussed this, all of you. Heathens.
The difference is, so Pokemon only create eggs when they are fertilized. The Pokemon never just lay eggs. That's not a thing that you experience in the games. So I think that the Pokemon eggs are always fertilized. So it's a no from me.
Well, then in that case, imagine if it had a Vanillux inside. So you got a little ice cream cone inside your egg.
That's so mean.
It's still a Pokemon. It's still a Pokemon.
I mean, it's an ice cream cone too.
Would you eat a living Vanillux?
Moving on. So next we have from a show called. So there's a show called Food Wars, which if you haven't seen it is very over the top.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's an anime, and this is a geek podcast, so I would hope that a lot of our viewers have heard of it, if not seen it. But yeah, there's all the food in there. It's you would eat all the food on that show. So I was like, okay, well, what's a food on that show that you wouldn't eat? And one of it is the main character Soma. He makes gross foods to try to mix weird things up, and he makes peanut butter calamari at some point, which is, as you can see in the picture here, it is squid covered in peanut butter.
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
That's going to be a pass for me as well. Holly, you would eat this, wouldn't you? I could tell.
No. If you it's not finished in the anime, but if you read the manga, they do rework this to be better. So at that point, yes. At this point, no.
I could see that, and actually here's why. So one thing that I have liked for a long time, and this is another weird food combo.
I've changed his mind.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you have. Okay, because I was thinking about it. So I've eaten this for a long time. People are always like, "What? That's so weird." But take some bread, right? Take some bacon, slap some peanut butter on that. Boom.
Yeah.
Bacon and peanut butter sandwich. It's so good. And it's
Yep.
because like that salty sweet kind of goes together. So I actually could see this a peanut butter sauce. I mean, right? Like you do like Thai peanut sauce. Like, I love sweet and salty. So I think that peanut sauce calamari could be pretty good.
I mean, add a burger patty
Yeah.
to it, and you pretty much
I
got a Juicy Lucy.
And my
There you go.
favorite burger
oh yeah.
is that peanut butter burger. If y'all remember, which they don't sell anymore at the Crooked Pint. They got rid of
Oh
it.
dang, really?
I know. Sad. It
That's
is.
really sad. That thing was good.
Thank you.
I had to find a burger in San Antonio that has peanut butter and bacon on it because it's the closest I can get. Like, I dream about that burger.
Yes. And they don't have it anymore. Anyways.
The last two things, just some small little foods on here. We've got our dubious food from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is whenever you fail to cook something successfully, it produces an item called dubious food that's got little censored pixels on it. And it says, "It's too gross to even look at. A bizarre smell issues forth from this heap. Eating it won't hurt you, though." Probably. So I'm going to pass on that one just right out the gate. I'm not even going to consider eating that one. Any takers?
No.
No.
A little too
absolutely not.
dubious for me.
A little too dubious.
If it has to be censored, absolutely not.
Sure does.
Yeah, when you're censoring food, you know there's something wrong. And then the last thing I just wanted to include and just talk to you guys about it really quick because I always think it's funny in video games how when your character is consuming something, they just like just pop that whole thing in their mouth. And so
Yep.
like I put this picture from Stardew Valley because like they throw like an egg or like a fish and they up in the air and they catch it in their mouth and they just eat it. It's always got a crunch too, which is really gross with the fish because you know they're just like crunching on fish bones.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, I think I would cook my food first. Like even in these little pixel worlds.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Eating in Stardew Valley is like not the most fun time in Stardew Valley because like it just gives you the heebie-jeebs every time. You're like, I don't know about that one, but okay, champ.
All right, but without the shells.
Absolutely.
And maybe this is like the Rocky fan in me from all the Rocky movies as a kid, or like the gym head. I don't know. Would you eat a raw egg, like drink
I
it,
know what you're
if there
talking
wasn't
about.
a shell? Like, would you try it? I absolutely would.
No. No.
No. Mm-mm.
I think I would, but I don't think I would keep it down.
Fair.
Yeah. The worst part is I think
That
I
makes
would
sense.
keep it down. And I don't want to.
But you would be with child then.
That's so disgusting.
That's how it works,
And you
right?
gave me a hard time about eating a Vanillux? Blah. Gross. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for my strange presentation of different food items that I would and would not eat.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you guys liked my presentation. And yeah, hopefully we can throw a couple of those things up there on our TikTok at some point for those listening. So you can check that out and you can see some of these pictures that we were referring to. Okay, well, with that said, I had one last question before we wrap up today's episode, and that is, we talked about strange food combos. I talked about my peanut butter and bacon. I was curious, does anybody else have any like weird food combo that they like, that they think like, and like genuinely like, but that you think that like other people might be like, that's pretty disgusting, I would never touch that?
So I specifically, as a kid, because it was my grandpa's favorite thing, and I ate it every once in a while. I haven't eaten in a while, and I probably won't, but I liked it back then, was peanut butter and cheese. Like cheddar cheese and peanut butter.
Yeah, I've had that.
That was my grandpa's favorite like snack specifically, and I had that, and I think it's a weird combination, but again, I haven't had it in a while, but I remember liking it. So
it's definitely a weird
Nice.
combo, but it sounds good. I mean, I would try that.
Oh yeah, I've had that before. For me, my favorite like dip to have with chips, specifically Doritos, is plain sour cream.
Oh no, that sounds good.
So like, but like super plain sour cream, and then like nacho cheese Doritos.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I like sour cream though. I think you're going to be torn on that if you don't like sour cream.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. Vanna, do you have any weird food combos that you can think of? I mean, your jelly on your sandwiches is kind of strange. I feel like it's not strange. Like people get it whenever you explain it, which kind of how these other two were too. But I know that like whenever we're like talking to people and Vanna's like, I don't really like condiments, I just put like jelly on my sandwiches. People are always like, what?
Okay, to do a callback to like when we were talking about the Juicy Lucy, but then also combining Tyler's, but then also combining my weird jelly. The burger I get in San Antonio, and when I say this is the best burger I've ever had in my life, I crave it. I go get it at least once every couple months. I made my friend Danielle try them. She's a big burger person. She agreed it's her favorite burger now. So it's not just me. And this place sells it, so it must sell. It's called the PB&J burger. And basically what they do is they take like the toasted buns and they put strawberry jam on the bottom of preserves. And then it's the burger with like cheddar cheese, a layer of bacon, and then a layer of peanut butter. And that's like the whole burger. And it's so messy, but it is so good. It's like all these things that we just talked about. It's like sweet, it's salty, it's savory. It just like hits everything at once. Chef's kiss.
That umami.
Yes.
Yeah, the umami.
Adam was asking me before my triathlon race, he goes, what's the one meal like you really want? And I was like, that burger.
And then I was like, name something else though, because that's like 40 minutes away. And I don't want to drive down there to get it. So we got Italian food or something instead. But awesome, guys. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you for taking part in my food episode. Like I said, I'm always thinking about food. It's pretty much a problem that I have. Thank you all for listening today. Next episode is going to be Tyler holding the reins for the next episode. It's going to be the Pokemon guessing game. So we're all pretty excited about that one. I am looking forward to seeing how we do. Anxiously looking forward to it. I feel like I'm going to do worse than I should. If you have feedback, please send an email to us at thosecoupleofgeekspodcastinfo@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post all of our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, everything, right? If you listen to podcasts, you can find us. And then also, we just made a new TikTok, which I've mentioned a few times this episode. But check us out on TikTok. It's all going to be Those Couple of Geeks! ! That is pretty much always consistent. And like I said, stay tuned for our next episode. We look forward to talking with you guys more. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.